What's up YouTube? Capital G here. Got a good one for you guys to check out. These are my favorite type of duels, not only competitive, which I would definitely classify this as a more competitive type duel. I think Metalfoes might be primed for a comeback. Obviously, they just got the heavy Metalfoes Electrum Link monster that was revealed. That card is amazing, and it will do some amazing things for the Metalfoes archetype, but this is going to have a lot of good, healthy back and forth. Both players going to be interacting with each other, and this is one of those duels where they're just trying to one-up each other every single turn. We have the pure and classic Metalfoes at the top. He's running multiple copies of Bunny, which is probably going to become the norm. I know for a very long time it was running one Bunny because Rescue Rabbit was limited in the TCG, but now we basically have it like the OCG. And then at the bottom, I'm not exactly sure what to call this. You guys look at the opening hand, you're like, duh, Cap. It's clearly Metalfoe Kozmos. That's not that special, but believe me, it's going to be a whole lot of other wacky shit that is going to be summoned and going to be added to this hand and searched that you definitely would not expect. So we don't need much more setup than that. Let's go ahead and roll it. So your Metalfoes Kozmos build is opening up with Gofu, and he's playing Silver. He goes for Cosmojo to get himself a nice little search. Goes for Metalfoes Combination and gets a Dragonic Diagram. And this is why I said that I wasn't really sure what to call it, because you might see Masterpiece summoned in Metalfoes using Metalfoes Combination, which is kind of spicy. He gets Ancient Fairy Dragon, Synchro Shokin, gets 2 copies of Baba Boon. I wasn't sure if he was going to blow him up or maybe exceed for something like that, or obviously the Link Summon play is there. There goes the combination, and that is obviously tributed to get Masterpiece on field, but it's cool because he gets another combination. And then check this out, he has Delta on the field. He goes for Firewall Dragon. He's going to blow up his own Delta with Masterpiece, and that brings out the Cosmos Sword Troopers, which I believe he's going to activate both of them. They are not hard once per turns, and this dude is clearly just popping off. He has everything but the kitchen sink in this damn deck, and it's cool because he just gets so much utility. He goes for Decode Talker and then Firewall Dragon, and I looked at his field. Well, first I wanted to look at his graveyard to see, does he have any continuous trapper spells in the graveyard that he might be able to use for the Masterpiece, which rest in pepperonis, he does not. But hey, look, it's still a Masterpiece, man. It's still a very strong card. He has double copies of Firewall, and he has combination. What he needs is that combination to get blown up so he can have it in the graveyard to use it as Masterpiece, you know what I mean, Masterpiece pop. But let's see what his opponent can do. So he goes Teleport to bring out Silvered. He goes for Metalfoes Electrum. Then he goes Rescue Bunny. That's going to get bounced by Firewall #1. He is going to go Painful Decision to get himself a search. And I believe he's going to use Electrum. He's going to search. Oh yeah, this guy's he's playing Gear Town. That's what he's doing. Yeah, this Gear Town play is sick to get Reactor Dragon. Firewall's going to bounce it, which is fine. But he has now used both Firewalls. And again, he can't use his what's it called? He cannot use his Masterpiece. So he summoned a Mithrium and a Castel. People still playing Castel in 2017. Shout out. So both Firewall Dragons get bounced, and I'm like, hey, this is not a bad play. A little bit of a comeback there, but it's fine because now the second Metalfoes player is up. And don't think that he used all of his gas in turn 1, guys. He's going to Pendulum Summon as well. And I think he blew up his own Delta, and now he's going to get the, that is Strawman, and then he gets Delta back. It's kind of crazy how much he's actually doing with Delta. He's going to crash into Castel, which gets him a Surge. He's going to run over Mithrium, but Mithrium is not, I mean, she's going to replace herself. But then he's going to go for, obviously, the big guy, the copy of, oh man, I can't remember his name. Dart Destroyer. Dart Destroyer gets Slip Rider. Slip Rider gets a pop, and he's able to pretty much mount his opponent. I mean, it's looking really good here. But then check this out, right? So he plays the Ancient Gear Catapult, and he gets a copy of Gear Golem right out the deck, and I'm like, okay, this is fine. Then he plays that Ancient Gear Fusion. He goes for Chaos Giant, and ain't nothing stopping that card. Like, take it from somebody who really likes playing Ancient Gears. One of the reasons I scrubbed so hard on Dueling Book is because Ancient Gear Fusion is still not on Dueling Book, but that card, like, this card goes fucking ham, and it benefits the more monsters your opponent has on the side or on their side of the field, the more damage this card actually does. And if you bring it out with Power Bond, oh my god, your opponent is not surviving that. So he ultimately ends up sealing the victory. But I liked it because both players were playing these really kind of wanky off meta builds of Metalfoes, kind of using Metalfoes just as the core base to, you know, give their decks consistency and give their decks the ability to pop their own cards. You saw this guy obviously popping his own Kozmos for the most part, and you saw this guy popping his like ancient gear cards and popping his gear ton and stuff like that. So very interesting concepts. I would like to see Metalfoes come back to the meta because they have been out of the meta for, well, I mean, Raging Tempest just kicked them out of the meta like a bad habit. So definitely looking forward to seeing these guys possibly in the meta again. If you guys are interested in the two versions, they will be in the description of this video. Thank you guys for watching. As always, subscribe if you have not already and turn on that notification bell for daily videos.